And welcome back to the Max Lawyer Podcast. Tyson Hendricks. And right now I'm here with one of my favorite people. I don't know if you heard Bernard earlier. I kind of gave you a little jab just teasingly. But in all seriousness, one of my favorite people, Bernard Nomberg. How you doing, Bernard?
Tyson.
Doing well, man. Doing well. So tell people where you're from and what you do.
Well, I'm Bernard Nomberg with the Nomberg Law Firm in Birmingham, Alabama. And my brother David and I share a law firm together. We've got 4 lawyers. We do workers' comp, Social Security, disability, and some bankruptcy and a little bit of PI. And it's a family-run firm since 1967. Dad is happily retired down at the beach, but we keep him in the loop. And we handle cases throughout the state of Alabama.
I love it. And you're here today talking about MaxLawCon 2021. And your presentation is, Coach always said, teammates are forever. How I use Facebook groups to build my team while marketing to the masses, which is fantastic. So tell us where that came from.
I will, and I'll try to be as concise as I can. But Tyson, as you know, I played high school sports. I played college football. And during the pandemic, and actually just a little bit before it, I've been involved in Facebook groups on one thing or another. I created a couple of different groups for my former high school football program and for Vanderbilt University football. That's what I'm wearing the jersey of. And I wanted to just bring folks together to talk about past shared experiences. My high school is now defunct, Northview High School out of Dothan, Alabama. But we had a very proud football tradition, won some state titles, etc. And people were mad in my community because the high school is gone. Long story short, I decided to bring folks together to start sharing some of those experiences, give ready an outlet. And I'd love to tell you that I timed the pandemic with this, but it was sheer coincidence. So anyway, I do a program on Tuesdays called Nomberg Law Live. It's my Facebook Live show that you've been on, Jim's been on, and many other Max Law members have been on. So I got that idea of started doing weekly interviews with former coaches and players from my program, from our school. Well, I started building out and telling folks, not just in my Northview group, but also with the Vanderbilt group, share your photos, your memories. Let's talk, let's share. Even though you may have played 20 years before me, or I played 20 years before you, we have a lot of common bonds. I never mentioned my law firm. I never mentioned I'm a lawyer, but people are starting to get to know me. Well, both of these groups continue to grow, and now they have several hundred people in each. And I'm the moderator of the groups. Anyway, I use this as a subtle way of marketing myself and my law firm. And that's what we're going to talk about when I present at MaxLawCon 21 later this fall.
I love it. It's funny. I do something very similar. I'm in a bourbon group. It's called Missouri Bourbon Finder, and we have 3,200 members. And I'm known as the lawyer, right? So I get messages about cases all the time. It's kind of interesting. So I can't wait for you to give some of the pro hacks on how to really elevate your game. So do you have any little tiny nuggets though you can tease? To just a little bitty one, not a big one, just a little one to tease so that they have an idea as to what you're going to talk about during the conference?
It's not about me. It's not about who I am. It's about the group. I'm just the person shepherding everybody. I'm just the person who becomes ultimately the go-to guy for this group or these groups. And ultimately they get to know you a little bit and then a lot as time goes on.
Love it. 2 more questions. What are you looking forward to when it comes to the conference?
Jim, his socks and his shoes combination, always a must-see at MaxLawCon. Y'all think I'm kidding. That's one of the biggest draws. And frankly, I'm surprised it's not a marketing tool for Max Law. Need to talk to Becca a little bit about that. But the other thing, frankly, is the camaraderie. I've been to each of the conferences. I was very saddened, like we all were, that we couldn't have one this past year. But this is the conference I look forward to every year. I see friends from all over the country who I deal with virtually all the time. But just to get to hug a neck, shake a hand, break bread with, that's what this conference is about. And the other thing is, for first-time attendees, you're going to be a little overwhelmed because there's so much. Just soak it in. Just soak it in and make some connections and networking.
Great advice. Great advice. Last thing is, if someone wants to refer you a case, or if they want to touch base with you, they want to pick your brain, how do they get in touch with you?
If they can't find me on social media, they're not on social media. NombergLaw.com, 205-930-6900, or Bernard@NombergLaw.com.
I feel like you've said this before, so that's good. Nicely done, Bernard. Good. I can't wait to see you, man. I look forward to your presentation.
Thank you, bud. Looking forward to it.
See you, everybody.
Take care.